friends. Yay, we are back for another edition of Tidy Up Tuesday. Who is ready? I have my work clothes on today. I actually have been doing a lot of tidying up because there were a few things I wanted to share with you today that needed a little help, to be honest. So I had to get some of that done for you and get things ready because we're actually kind of coming into the conclusion, I think, of tidying up, talking about different areas in my craft room and kind of what organizers I've used and how to use them. So thank you all for saying hello. It looks like Sabine's here from YouTube and Laura's here from upstate New York. Okay, I have my faraway people. I love it. It is kind of a dreary, gloomy day here in Southern California, kind of unusual. So I had to switch on some lights. It's a little different, not so bright and sunny today. But yay, some more folks coming in. So great. Ruth's here. Belinda's here. BT from Illinois. I love it. Welcome. What will we do without our weekly dose of Lauren? I don't know, Belinda. We might just have to try to find something else. So I have some ideas. So, and Friday night scrapbooking is always on every 2 weeks. Actually, we're skipping a week because we're going to do December 9th because my buddy Carrie is going to be here in my scrap room with me. So I can't wait for that. She's coming in. She's doing a conference in Las Vegas and then she's flying into LA. So we're going to have some fun with you guys on Friday night scrapbooking. It's just going to be great. All right. So, all right. Annette's here. Kelly's here. Yeah, Cindy. Margie, Nancy, okay, Chantal, Judy, Mary, and Bobby Ann. Welcome. I wish I could sit here and just read everybody's names off. Come on. And good. Oh, look at Lisa says she is tidying up this Tuesday, making her border punch binder. I love it. So that's one of the tips. If you missed any of the little sections that I did all along the way, then you can definitely watch the replays on YouTube. So this might be something helpful to know. Actually, let me get this set up for you because I did have somebody go, Lauren, when was your first tidy up and where can I find all your things? And so if you go to my channel and look, okay, so I'm going to do a little screen share right now with you. If I can find the screen share, here we go. And you'll see I have a whole playlist. So this is my YouTube channel, Craft Some Joy. Okay. And if you have not subscribed and hit the bell, some people are like, well, how come when is it? I want to get notified. And so you've got to ring the bell and subscribe to the channel in order to get notified. But then you can just go down here to my playlist, Craft Room Organization, and look at all the tidy ups are all right here. So you can just go back to the beginning and then watch them all. And I have some other great playlists. I have my Friday night scrapbooking and lives. I have my Scrap with Us with Kylie. I have my tools and techniques, my pop series, my crafty series. So you can just hang out on my channel for as long as you like, right? And see all the good things. Okay, whoops. Oh, no, you can't watch that yet. Sorry. So today, whoops, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. All right. So today we are going to talk about, some of my favorite drawers and cubbies and why. Why am I thought, okay, so how can we kind of, as we're coming around, finishing things up, we've talked about a lot of stuff. But I'm always happy to talk about more. So if there's something you want to learn or know about, make sure you leave that in the comments of this video. Okay, so let me know. if you want to learn more about something else. And today I thought what we were going to do is take a look in some of my drawers and cubbies to see how I'm using some of the things that we've talked about. We talked about so many things, right? All these different things. And then now, how are we going to use them? So that was what I wanted to do today. So I took some videos for you. We're going to kind of talk through it. And then if you need to find me, again, these are all the places. Wait, this finger. All the places you can find me. So you can shop Creative Memories products with me. If you don't already have an advisor, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, as well as here on YouTube and my Facebook Lives. So, yay! Okay. So Belinda says, yes, she watches multiple times. Yeah, okay. So let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Carla. I'm so glad you enjoy my content. Okay. So let's see. Gotta watch them multiple times. I love you guys. Yeah, keep watching. Don't just watch it over and over. I guess, that's also good to have recordings so that you can actually have a place to go back and okay, so I haven't really organized that right now, but maybe later I can go organize that. And so then you have a resource, right? It's a resource. So I love doing that for you. Okay, so one of the first things I wanted to do as we're talking, and before we jump in, actually, I did want to just take a second here because yesterday was a tough day. Can we just talk a little bit about that? If you are a Creative Memories fan, like I am, yesterday was a tough day. And I just have to say, I'm with you. I hear you. My heart goes out to everybody who was struggling with the ordering process. And I'm telling you, it took me 2 hours myself to get my first order to go through. Actually, I think it was over 2 hours. And I was there with my cart ready at 10 o'clock, more my time, 12 o'clock noon. And I know that they were saying they didn't have the system in place to expect the type of volume and traffic that their website had at Creative Memories, which made it really difficult for people. And I understand. I am hoping, I can't make any changes. I wish I could if I ruled the world. Okay, but I don't. So what we can do, we're kind of stuck in this situation where we love the Creative Memories products, but I think they are still going through some growing pains and they've just got to get some stuff worked out. So I just want to let everybody know, I hear your frustration. I've seen your frustration. I have felt your frustration firsthand because I couldn't get my orders to go through either. And so let's just get that out of the way and go. Maybe there's brighter days ahead. Hopefully we will see some changes happening. And, that is something I can speak to. Allison, who is the CEO of Creative Memories, really does want the best for the company. And that's true for a lot of the top management. All they want is the best. And so how they get there, how they get to be the best and make these changes, they are working on it. I can guarantee you that. They're working on it. It's just that it's going to take some time. So let's give them a little bit of grace. Let's give ourselves a little bit of grace. I was ready for a glass of wine at 11 a.m. But we can just keep moving on, hope for some fun new products that are coming and see what else happens. Okay, so, and I'll do whatever I can to help out anybody who needs to find things or wasn't able to get stuff. Please just contact me if you are one of my customers because I want to take care of you. All right, let's jump in then and start talking about organizing. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to start off with is a video sharing. I'm going to just put this on, but I'm going to pause it for a second. Here we go. Okay, so, I'm still picture in picture. You don't need me in Sorry, guys. I'm frozen and no sound. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry, guys. I didn't have my chat where it needed to be. So I'm back. Sound. Okay, someday I'm going to get this worked out to where it's all perfect. Okay, yes, the video is frozen because I paused it. Okay, let me back up. I'm going to go back. So when you walk into my room, there I am. Okay, back on. Buzz, buzz. Thank you, Sabine. All right, let me start over. So when you walk into my room, on the left-hand side is my wall of cubbies, which is what you see behind me when I'm sitting and streaming and talking to you guys. And yeah, thank you. I will never be perfect. Okay, thanks, Annette. So my cubbies are there behind me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of pan just a little bit. So those are my wall. That's my wall of cubbies, my new wall of cubbies. And right there is my chair. So, and do I have 7 cubbies across? I believe that's what I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 7 cubbies across. And then I have the drawers on the bottom, as you can see. And then I have 2 open cubes and then the angled cubes on top of those. So it's actually a row of all the drawers, 3 rows of cubes. Okay. Okay, I am live. So that's where all the mistakes happen and real life, my friends. So there's my chair. That's where I'm sitting right now in front of you. And what I wanted to do was have the most used things. So when I think of my setup, when I think of what I need in my drawers close at hand, I want to be able to sit in my chair, and if I need to swing around behind me and grab something, I can do that. That's why I love having my paper all right there behind me. But then I had all these drawers, and I have to say I'm still working on some of these drawers because since I moved in here, I actually have a few drawers that are still needing some stuff in them. So what I wanted to do was kind of take you through. So there's again my chair, and then right behind me, this is one of my favorite cubbies. So I'm going to play the video and I'm going to open all the drawers and you can see, but what I decided to do was right behind me, seriously, like I can just turn around. I don't even have to get out of my chair and I can reach in and grab them. So let's see what's in them. The first drawer is something that you've probably seen me open many times, and that is I have all of my custom cutting system in the top drawer. And I know that doesn't look quite as pretty. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause right here. I know that doesn't look quite as pretty as when they're hanging on hooks or in different things, but I have quite a collection because I have all these old ones from old CM when they had promos and gifts and all that stuff. So I have quite a collection of the templates, including the large ones. And if you notice, these drawers, yes, they are shallow. They're super shallow, especially the top 3 drawers are more shallow than the bottom 3 drawers. But even those big ones, even those big templates fit in here. And then I have a little cup you can see. Again, I believe that one was from the Target bathroom section where I have my blades over there in the far right corner. Okay, so you have to, yes, you have to kind of find the organizers that work for the drawers. But I don't need it to look pretty. I just need it to be functional. So that's why I put all of those in the top drawers. The pink things, Annette, those are actually other templates from old CM. Those are custom cutting system templates. They were a gift, like a advisor gift when you spent so much money way back. We're going way back. Okay. And yes. Okay. So Cherie keeps her in the drawer too. Okay. So then under that, as you may have seen, is my next drawer down. And this is where I have some of my most used tools, my circle cutter, my personal trimmer, my border maker, and now my envelope maker, because I'm in love with that thing now, and my decorative trimmer. Yeah, way back. Okay. Um, so for those pink ones, yeah, let me tell you. Okay, so in this drawer, again, very narrow. I have to say the one disappointment is that the housing unit for the border maker system does not fit in this narrow drawer. But I needed these tools to kind of be up toward the top of my drawers. So I just keep the housing unit in my cart because you guys know how much I love my cart. So the housing unit is in my cart, but the long, which takes up more room, the long border maker paper holder is in my drawer. I used to also, if you don't have all this stuff, you can fit the 12-inch trimmer. It is the drawer is tall enough to fit the 12-inch trimmer. But what I found is that now I keep that just next to me on my workspace because I'm always using it. I'm always using my 12-inch trimmer. So that's where I have that now. But it will fit. But since I took it out, now I can put my envelope maker in here. Okay, so that's my third drawer. Again, one of the shallow drawers. The third shallow drawer is kind of my overfill, my overstock. Do you guys talk about way back? Do you guys, let's go way back. Yeah, do you remember those? So I have kind of some old blades in there, some more rulers, the old cutting system with the swell edge and the wave edge, so those are some way back tools. Can't get rid of them. There they are in that drawer. So then the next drawer down is actually one of my all-time used drawers, which is my adhesive. Let me just pause it here for a second. My adhesive. So of course I have my adhesives in my cart, but I also need my backstock and the things like I can't keep 10 packs of refills in my cart. I guess you could, but I love having them all in this drawer. So this is one of the deeper drawers, the first set of deeper drawers. And you can see that the boxes of refills and way back, are any of you like me? You have your little stash of photo splits that you just can't get. I love my photo splits. I mean, tape chips are really good. I use those now, but I still have my little stash of photo splits. So this is my everything adhesive and kind of extras drawer. I have my red tape in here, my score tape, as well as extra refill holders. Like I said, my photo splits. I have the corners. Remember the photo corners? So I'm just going to show you a few of the boxes in here. I have my Write Again in here. I also have some small sleeves, those little sleeves you slip photos into, extra glue pins, extra foam squares. And then I was able to put some of the photo corners both in those 5x7 boxes. You know how much I love those boxes. Okay, so that's my adhesive. The next drawer down, so if you're a pop fan, some of those tools will look familiar. The Happy Planner punches, my hole punches in there, my mushroom punches in there. I got all the, extra tools. This is just kind of miscellaneous tools, but again, it's a deep drawer, so I'll go back a little bit. It's a deep drawer, so it will hold some of those fun, kind of crafty tools that you just want to have. My cool oval circle punch. This is just where I love having all that stuff. Okay, so yeah, our drawers are a version of the way back machine. The splits and all that good stuff. If you've got the drawer and you can keep them, then keep them. Have fun with it, right? So that is the second drawer down. The third drawer down, I'm trying to read the comments too while I do this. one more second. I'm going to just let this roll. And then the third drawer down is kind of a catch-all. And one thing I do have to say about the two drawers, I have two of these really long drawers, and I'm going to share what's in my other really long drawers, one at each end of those 7 cubby wall. Okay, so this one is kind of, my go-to everything set, and I'll share in just a minute what's in my other drawers. But, I think, who was it? Lynette or someone was mentioning what do you do with all your extra 12 by 12 packaging, the Ziploc bags, 12 by 12 Ziploc bags. These drawers, they're nice and deep and they can hold. So I have kind of a little stash of Ziploc drawers in here, but I also do use my Ziplocs in my kitchen for other things because I love repurposing them. And then on the left-hand side, that is actually a stack of my laminate materials. So I love to sometimes get my laminator out and go to town with that. So I needed a place, they're kind of odd sizes, as some long ones and different things. So that's my laminating sheets in the bottom drawer. That's kind of hard to tell, but that's what those are. Okay, so that is that first long cubby kind of in the series there, and you can kind of get a look and see down the way what else is there. Okay, so let's see. Any questions? Have the tape runner, okay. So sister in stashing. I am your sister in stashing, Annette. Right. Okay. So next we're going to go on to some more drawers. Hey, I'm back again. And look, my volume is on. So this is good. Okay. Whoops. I'm going really fast. Hang on a second here, Finn. It was playing, wasn't it? It was on. Okay. Hi, Diane. Okay. Thank you, Terry. Got the sound back. Thanks, friends. Okay. So we are back with sound. So this is the first, what I was mentioning. This is the first smaller drawers. These are the narrower drawers that sit right next to the long. And they are very similar to IKEA drawers, Teresa, but these are the Michaels drawers. And the reason they're not quite as nice as the IKEA drawers, but they are modular. And so for the convenience of modular stacking, I went with these drawers over the IKEA. They're very similar setup. Okay, so next to my wide ones, the next drawer over, like I said, I may do some stamping. I'm kind of still thinking this set of drawers, but the top drawer I did decide is going to be, whoops, I missed it. Let me go back. Is my labeling drawer. You guys know how much I love labels. So remember we've talked about all the ultra tabs and, so this is my stash supply of labels and all those fun things. So I have some of the little cards cut that go in my punch binder or my title binder. So, kind of a place to keep all the things when you're ready to sit down and organize. That's what I wanted to put in this drawer. Okay. And then next to that, I'm going to pause it just for a second. Next to that, I have a whole stack of these drawers. Now, these drawers from Michaels, the smaller ones, they're all the same drawer height. So you get 6 drawers and they're all the same height, whereas the long ones the top 3 drawers are shorter and then the bottom 3 drawers are taller. Okay, does that make sense? So these shorter ones, all the drawers are the same size. So I decided, because I had such a stash of pages for my albums, and I want to keep going. So I kind of have, I know I've talked about how I have some of my pages in vertical storage before. I talked about that. This is also horizontal storage. Remember we talked, are you horizontal or are you vertical? Kind of a storage girl. So I do have some of my pages stored horizontally. The nice thing is, so let me go back. The top is all my page protectors. So you can keep page protectors here. They all fit. Then I just go right down with all the different colors: black, white, Spargo, and natural. 6 drawers for page protectors and all 5 colors of pages because, yeah, I use them all. Okay. So, I hope that makes sense. Okay, Diane, what do I mean modular? They are not I would not move these. No, not movable, but they all have the same footprint is what I mean by modular. So they stack on top of each other, and the drawers are the same footprint as the cube, which would sit on top. So if I went and got the Alex drawers, the footprint, the cube from Michaels would not sit directly on top, and IKEA doesn't have a cube set. So yeah, Sandy, is the feed really wonky? It's probably me pausing and going backwards and forwards. Okay, so let me it's probably just me, Sandy. Okay. Yeah, so I freeze while talking because I didn't want to be holding a camera and try to talk because it just gets too shaky for me. Okay. So the next one over, and I see a couple more questions. The feed is wonky and gets choppy. Okay. I'm sorry about that. All right. Let's see if I can, make it a little smoother. I will try to stop going back and forth. So before I let this play, I'll talk about it first. This is, so this next row, so we just went through all of my pages. So there's a long set of drawers, then there's 3 sets of shorter drawers, okay? So this is the 3rd set of shorter drawers. And this is kind of like my pen aisle. I don't know, my pen column. So on top of these drawers, I actually decided to turn my pens horizontal again, used those little feet again to kind of angle it back. I'm trying this out, but then in the drawers underneath, I have my stash of other kinds of art markers. So I have my Wink of Stellas and some alcohol tip pens and just different things. And then I have kind of, you'll see as I open the drawers, a stash of older CM pens and different things. So I'm going to just kind of let this play. So this is my pen kind of stash. On top, I've got the cubbies, and then underneath the drawers, that one is just embellishments, but there's my overstash of pens. And then, do any of you guys really like those giant, I'm going to pause it. Sorry. Wonky again. Those giant stamps. Okay. So the drawer, I just had to have that in a stash too. Okay. And then let's see what's next. Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought we just saw this. Okay. So then again, did it go back to the beginning? Okay. I guess I just did this one more time. So there you go. There's the drawers. I skipped that one because it's still, there's really not a whole lot in there. And then next to it, so I have the long drawer, 3 of the shorter drawers, then the long drawer again. And then this last set of drawers, I'll take you through that. And then I'll come back and answer some questions because this is kind of the end of the drawer section. Okay, that makes sense. So I caught it early on. I know my sound went out. So in these long drawers, what I love about the long, and again, 3 shallow drawers and then 3 deeper drawers, is that sometimes we have craft supplies. So you can see, like, here's all my foiling supplies. The one above that was my, oh, what do you call it? The heat tool. I forgot the name of that. What is it? This one here. My fuse tool, right? So the fuse tool is set up in there. The top drawer had some of my large rulers, and just that's what I love about these really long drawers. And the bottom 3 drawers after that, or the bottom 2 drawers, let's see, did I go through 3 or 2? I gotta go back here and see. Yeah, fuse tool. So we have all my foiling and the fuse. And then I actually, the other drawers are my filming, and I guess you might call them like my, what would you call it? Media supply, like batteries and cords and, you know, all those different things. So I didn't open those because, you know, it's just a big mess in there. So, does that make sense? Okay. So those are nice and deep drawers actually, which is, which helps because that keeps all of that media supply. Again, some of these are longer things in those drawers. Okay. So, phew, that was a lot of drawers. That's my whole wall of drawers. And it is, I'll come back for a second. It is kind of amazing when you look at how many drawers are underneath all of these. I don't even know if you can see all of these cubbies, right? So it's a lot of drawers. You can see. So I have the long drawers on the ends and then 3 rows of the shorter drawers. And this is how you can see how the boxes sit right on top of the drawers because the Michaels cubes are modular. Okay, so that's how that works. All right, let me come back and answer some questions for you guys. Okay, so I know rulers. I know there was a whole drawer of rulers, like my crafting, my sewing rulers. You know, when you get your sewing mat out and the quilting, and then you just use your roller and all that good stuff, right? I have it all, and I want it all, and I want it all in a drawer. Okay, the fuse tool, yes. Okay, so let me come back. I know I missed a question. The label makers, I love it. Okay, let's see. I know there was a question. Oh yeah, Terry asked, what benefit do you experience? This is, I think, a really good question. What benefit do you experience having vertical and horizontal storage for pages and protectors? Okay, so one of the things that I love is I think if I had my choice, I really love vertical storage. That's just me. That's just a personal preference. So if we go over, I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, down there. So that's my vertical storage. Let me see if I can show you. And we've talked about this before. So I have each one of those plastic holders labeled for vertical storage. And I do really kind of like that because I can just, you know, kind of pull it out and see. Vertical, to me, you can kind of, let me bring it back here. You can kind of categorize easier with um, dividers. That's the word I'm looking for. So in a drawer, remember, if everything's horizontal, you've got everything and you're kind of having to lift up unless each drawer is just for that one thing. And that's why it does work for my pages and page protectors, because each drawer is just one thing in there. But like if I had to go, oh, are these my white pages? And then are these my printed pages? And then, kind of divvy it up, that would be harder for me to shift through a horizontal format versus flipping through a vertical format. I hope that makes sense. So I really do love vertical. And another way I have used vertical, let me just share, and I'm gonna show you this section too. So I've just been working on this. Whew, sorry, don't mean to bump. Remember we talked about, these are the Totally Tiffany totes, and I am so in love with these. I hope you guys got it on Black Friday or the promo. These are the Totally Tiffany. There's another version very similar to it that I think scrapbook.com sells and Amazon has them. Sometimes you can get those at a good price too. But when I have, and remember last time we talked about like just a divider. This is a cutting mat from the Dollar Tree. So in here I have, are these, oh, this isn't the one I want to show you. Anyhow, let's just pretend I have a certain type of, so one cubby that I'm going to share with you is just my paper organization cubby, where I have my mama bear, papa bear, and baby bear organizers. So these are those new ones I was telling you about that I just found with the flap. And they're a no gusset folder. And we talked about, these are some ways that you could store memorabilia or paper or different things. So when vertical again works really well for me to be able to just, order those in, put them in here. Then I know all of those are together. But if I wanted to separate, say I wanted my record sleeves right here, and then the ones with the flaps right here, I can just easily vertically separate those rather than horizontally. Okay, so I think that's a really good question. And part of it has to do with the type of scrapbooker you are too, or the type of organizer you are. And, the more we get to know ourselves, the better organizers we are, right? How we go about finding things, how we go about thinking about where we put things. Okay, so, yeah, the cubes do have special bolts to attach them together. Everything's bolted together. That's like one big unit now. Thank you. And Kelly said, how do you keep track or know what drawer has what? That's a great question. So, Kelly, I love that question because for now, I kind of just know what's there. What I'd love to do is actually pick a font, and it might be the same font that I have on my notebooks, which is Roboto Slab. I love that kind of big, bold font. And I actually want to get some permanent vinyl and label them. Wouldn't that be fun? So I didn't want to start that process until I've kind of played around and worked with my drawers and cubbies and really think that that is where I want stuff. And then my goal is to have that permanent vinyl and label. Okay, electronics. Yes, thank you. My electronics drawer. Okay, so Lynn asked, what do you do when you get to the corner of the room? How do you utilize that space? Oh, that's a good question. So when I do get to the corner of the room, and if you go back to my very first video, which is kind of floor plan and where everything is, the wall behind me, these are the 16 by 16 cubes. And then when you turn and go towards the window, I have my old Recollections cubes, which are 14 1/4 by 14 1/4. So they are a narrower depth. Okay. And then I took a insert. So these cubbies come with shelves, but of course I took all the shelves out because I wanted all my paper folders to go in there. But they have shelves that come with it. And so I had my husband build a little support for one of those shelves. And so the corner, so we're talking way over there. I don't know if I can show you. Okay, there. That corner, let me see if I can get my finger in the right place. Way back in there. See my little portrait silhouette? So he built a little shelf in that dead space. And then sometimes if I want to put my lights away, I'll stick my lights in that corner, but at least things don't go falling down in that dead space, which is, I think, what you were wondering. So these are, let me go here. These are my 16 by 16s coming this way. And then these are my older recollections, 14¼ by 14¼ So you can see I have my, boy, it's really hard to get my finger to do what I want it to do. I have my, my brand new Sizzix, oh my gosh, I'm in love with that die cut machine sitting up there. And then I also, to take advantage of that dead spot, there is a power strip in that back corner too. So my electronics can get plugged in and I have power on this. This is my cutting wall. You guys remember, right? So that dead spot, yes, underneath, I'm going to kind of just share a little bit. It's kind of hard that, there's a little bit of a dead spot from the shelf down, but that is where I have things plugged in. Hopefully that made sense. Okay. Okay, so, and Sabine uses label makers. That's another great idea. You can use label makers to mark your drawers. Yep. And the long drawers are also from Michael's. Yes. So 2 cubes fit on the long drawers. I'll show you again. So 2 cubes, way over there. 2 cubes fit on the long drawers and 1 cube fits on the shorter drawers. So that's how I have the 7, because I have 2 long drawers and 3 short drawers. Okay. Yes. And Vicki, no worries that you missed it. There's always replay. Not to worry. Okay. And Annette has a scrapbook room and a quilting room. I love it. That's amazing. I know. Someday when all my kids leave, I'll have a room for everything, right? And I'll have my sewing room back. Right now, it's paper crafting mostly, and the sewing is still in the basement, but I'd love to have my sewing back up here too. And my jewelry making, because, you know, you just can't have enough hobbies. Okay. So let's see. Any other questions there? Magazine holders. Yes. The Totally Tiffany paper holders, 12 by 12. Okay. Carla loves the Totally Tiffany holders too. Okay. So let's see what else. Kelly thinks that would look good with vinyl. Okay, I'm catching up, you guys. Okay. So there we go. The vellum makes bend marks so easy. I'm not sure what vellum was talking about. Okay. The switch machine. Yes, that's the switch, the new switch. I'm so in love with it. I'm so in love with that machine. I love my dies. I love my cutters, but I love my dies too. I love all the things. And so, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Belinda. That's a great comment. The drawers, just so you know, and we talked about this a lot in the very first Tidy Up when, you know, kind of organizing. The drawers are 1.5 cubes high. So they're not, so that's why they all, and they're all the same height, which is awesome. Okay. Okay. Yay. All right. I want to share some other fun areas. There's a couple other areas I want to share with that have some of my favorite ways of organizing. Okay. So we talked a lot about drawers. Let me see if this is the right one. All right. So going back, had to unmute myself for you guys. Okay. Right next to me, I'm going to pause it just for a second. If where I'm sitting, so I'm going to come back. Hold on. No, I can't come back. You saw where I'm sitting. To my left, I want to point out a couple things. Do you see that little green thing? That's my caterpillar. That is on a box of 2 cubes that have rollers. So that can actually roll out. And my chair is right next to where you see that green cutter. Okay. And the cubes actually open towards where my knees are under the under my desktop. But next to that, I have another, so we're moving to my island. This is on my island where I do my work. Next to the 2 drawers, so I have 2 drawers that can pull out and move. So if I want to get to the storage behind it, I can. But what I've also found is that is the ideal place. So I have my green caterpillar, and then right next to my caterpillar is my 12-inch trimmer. The 2 things that I kind of reach for all the time are right next to me underneath, and they just go in and out from the top of my desk right back in there, or so forth. Then on top of my desk, I'm just going to share a quick little snippet. That is my Epson printer, my second favorite printer. The first favorite, of course, is my Canon Crafter printer, but this is a great small format printer. It goes 4x6, 5x7. And whereas my big Crafter printer is kind of too big to have on my workspace, this little guy I love having just right next to me, and I can just pop out a print, grab it, and stick it on my scrapbook page within 5 minutes. So I have my printer sitting on top, and then a little stash of my favorite Red River photo paper right next to it in that clear caddy. Then underneath it, and I'm going to let the video play. I have, sorry guys, I have 2 cubes. One of the cubes is the cube that has all the slots that you can put the different boards in. Okay. So it has all the slots, and then underneath that is an open cube, but I have put all my Totally Tiffany paper holders in there, and then in my paper holders are my paper organizers. I've got organizers within organizers. Yes, that's true. So let me let this play, and then we can talk more about the different things. So can I just say, these little narrow things, I love little narrow. This is when I think horizontal storage is at its best, when you can put one thing in each little slot. Okay. So, and I'll come back. I see some questions about my printer. I'll come back, but let me roll this. So this goes down: Teflon sheets, cutting mats, white cardstock, sketches, templates, current projects, stamp board, scoring board, Misty, and let's see what's on the bottom there. Oh, that was my glass mats. And then underneath that, this is that open cube with the Totally Tiffany that I just showed you front facing a minute ago. 5 of those will fit across. And you can see that's where I have all of my paper organizers, my Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear, my embellishment organizers, all vertically organized. And then do you see how I love how these slide out? So if you want to get to something, you can just pull that drawer out. It's not really a drawer, but that shelf out and access it. So I absolutely love this cubby setup. And again, it's just to my left. I can reach it without having to get out of my chair. Okay. And grab those things that I use all the time. And I did take my label maker and to make it easy, so I can just glance, and then I labeled the side of which each one, and that also makes it really easy to put things away when you're done. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so Linda says, does the light not hurt the picture paper? I go through it so quickly. No. I've never had any trouble with keeping my picture paper in the boxes and right next to my printer. So yeah, okay, so let me talk a little bit. I know I got a few questions about printers. So CM project folders, yeah, favorite things. Those are in that big cubby down there. So I use my Epson to print pictures. I moved many years ago to print at home, and that's pretty much exclusively what I do is print at home. So whenever I print photos for my albums, they are either printed on my Canon Crafter printer or my Epson PM400, which is also a great printer. So let me just kind of scroll back and I'll show you that printer again. It's right there. You can see it's got a really small format, setup. It only goes up to 5x7. And so most of my photos, though, are 5x7 or 4x6. You can also print smaller sizes and different things. So we have a whole talk on that on another video. Okay, so this is the Epson PictureMate PM400. You combine that with Red River paper, my absolute favorite paper, and your photos are stunning. The Ultra Pro Luster is my go-to paper. In fact, I sent out an email. Unfortunately, it was not on sale during the Cyber Monday or Black Friday, but it is worth it. Ultra Pro Luster 300 is my go-to paper. And the matte photo paper was on sale. So if you like to print your own embellishments, that was on sale. Okay. And Yudi has the Canon Selfie. Yep, that's great. That's another good printer also. I really love the quality of the Epson and the Canon. They're pretty much hand in hand. The Canon is will print 12x12 borderless, 8x10 borderless, 8.5x11 borderless, 4x4 borderless. It has all of the borderless drivers. What I was floored about, I got one of the big Canon Pro 100s and then realized, because it was this smoking deal a few years ago, several years ago, and then I realized it doesn't have a 12x12 borderless driver. How can a large format printer like that not have a 12x12 borderless driver? At least the one I have does not. So then I went back to try to find something that could print 12x12 borderless, found the Canon Crafter printer. I guess it must have been 3-4 years ago now. That is one of my favorite printers now of all time. Okay, that's the printer. All right. Yep. One thing in each drawer. So my CM custom cutting system. Yep. I have mine in my top drawer. Yeah. And Kelly, they have an amazing website. Lots and lots of information. If you ever needed to know, oh, what are the print settings? What's the archival nature of this paper and blah, 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 blah. I mean, they have an amazing website. Okay. There's CM cutting mat have an awful rubber smell. I don't know about that. I think if it's a newer one, yeah, you might want to put that outside, let it get it some sun for a little bit. But that smell should go away after a while, and if it doesn't, then maybe I would contact customer service. Okay. So, yeah, it was it was really disappointing to get the large format printer and then just go, oh my gosh, can't do 12 by 12 borderless. Okay. Yeah, great. Okay. So let's go into, let me see. We have that. What's this one? Oh, right. So one more thing. Okay, I'm not muted, so this is a good thing. I wanted to share, we have also been talking about paper organization, and you guys, once again, I hope, can you see those tabs that I'm using on my Power Project folders? Those are shelf organizer tabs, and I am loving that because I can, again, do that glance all the way down and see now the collection on the side of my Power Project folder. So those again are linked in on my favorite things page, but I hope you can see, I just love it. I love that those tabs are now on the side and I can just glance down. I haven't done all of them yet, but oops, sorry. I have been working on getting all of those labeled. So I do still recommend those. I know we had talked a lot about how do you label the side of those Power Project folders. So I just wanted to share that quick little clip. And then I have one last clip. And then I want to, if there's any other questions, we can go to that as well. Okay. One of the ideas I had, this to me is also, oh, I'm not muted. Now I'm not muted. Okay. To me, organizing also means you've got to have a system for your albums, right? And some folks were asking, well, Lauren, what do you use your calyx cubes for? And what made the most sense for me after I was able to kind of reorganize all the cubes that are behind me that have all my stuff in it, then I decided, okay, now I have my calyx cubes, and what am I going to do with those? For me, it made a lot of sense to have all my albums in one place. So I can, you guys know, I love to jump around and do project after this project, then that project, and then I'll jump to another project and then all that. So I decided I wanted everything kind of in one place. So I have a 3x4 calyx turned on its side, and then I have a 2x4 calyx stacked on top. And before, this is where I had my my inventory, my shop inventory. But since I've been able to move that out of my room, it gave me all of this amazing storage that I can glance. And so I am a glancer. I love to see projects that I've completed, and I also love to see what I have to do. Like, it's motivating to me to look and go, wow, I got to get busy. I got to get some of those albums filled up. Okay, so I ended up putting my Library of Memories albums in the calyx cubes. And then I just recently got, during the promo, I ordered, I think, 17 spines for my albums, because I don't know if this is one of your things. Being a creator, I would end up making pages, and I'd have to, and then I'd want to go find some of my own photos that went with those pages. So I'd make a page from 2016, and then maybe I'd make a page from 2018, and then another page from 2020. And these are all years that, I hadn't finished scrapbooking. So I decided to go ahead, get all my spines, and get everything organized. So this whole setup now is devoted to my albums and memorabilia. My kids each have their own cubby with all their albums and their memorabilia. I have my travel albums, my Library of Memories albums, and then my family big moments albums. So you can see I have a lot to fill up, and I love the way the spines came out. So I think I mentioned one of my last go rounds, I decided I'm going back to, let me pause it for a second, to one book a year. And my new format that I'm loving is to kind of combine big moments with everyday moments. So I'm using pocket pages and traditional pages together, kind of mixing it all up. But I do have a backstock that I want to go back and just kind of highlight big moments. The reason I paused here for a second is I don't know if any, we're going to go way back again. Do you guys remember? So this was in 2011 and 2012. We could print our own albums with old CM. And I hated that they were so shiny, like the spines were so shiny, and I didn't know what to do about, I'm like, oh, they look so different on my bookshelf from all the other albums, but I loved the photos on the front. So I decided to try and see what that would look like with, it's kind of hard to see right there, with the custom spines with those old printed albums. And I actually think they came out pretty good. So when you kind of take a step back and look at them on a book on the shelf, let me see if I can zoom back out here. Hang on a second. There we go. You can see kind of some of the color printing and some of the shininess, but I like that, again, we're kind of getting that uniformity of all the spines together. So this was just so fun. I just love getting those spines out and sticking them in the books and then putting all the pages that I've already completed in there. Yes, I am so behind. So there you go. Always in the trenches with you, as I like to say. All right. So that was one of my latest organizations in my Calyx. I love looking over there now. Just love it. Love it. Okay. Yeah, remember that? Okay. Let's say some of you guys had some good ideas about custom cutting systems. Sandy says okay, here we go. I'm going to put her, she has her shapes hung up with command strips and hooks, and they're down the skinny side of her cabinet. Ooh, that's a great idea. So I love command hooks. That's what I have on my cart with my rulers hanging on it. Those are a great resource, definitely. And let's see. Yeah, the Calyx cubes, I know the question was, the Calyx cubes are smaller than these cubes behind me. So those are, I want to say they're about 15 by 15 inside, and these are 16. So there's a little bit of a difference in what you can fit in the Calyx cubes for sure. Okay. Let's see what else. Command. Oh yeah. And there was one, actually, let me see if I've got a set over here I haven't used yet. Sandy, let's see if these are the ones that you got. Are these the ones? I love these because they have the nice big hook on them. This is what I have on my cart. And so the command, they don't have to be the itty bitty little plastic ones. You can get the nice ones. Let's check it out. Let me grab a template. Ta-da! Is that what you did? So there's another idea for you. I've also seen people put these on pegboards. Pretty cool. My friend Kylie Kingham has hers up on an IKEA pegboard. Really, really fun. But I love having mine in the drawer because I just take them out and throw them back in. don't have to think much about that. Okay. And yeah, the jumbos, see the jumbos fit in the drawer, the jumbo things. Tiny piece of vinyl. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Close up of your album spines. Yeah, okay. Do you think I can do the titles on my album sleeves with the Cricut iron-on vinyl? I want to say I saw a video somewhere on that. And I would definitely practice doing that. But I know that there were some posts that I have seen where people have done, it would be, I think HTV, the heat transfer vinyl, is what works the best on the albums. So I haven't gone down that road to play with that yet, but it sounds fun. And some of the album fronts I've seen are pretty amazing. So yeah, I wish I could find somebody who could come on and show us how to do it. That would be really fun. Yeah. Okay, let me see. I have some more questions. Okay, Sandy's are not quite that big, but they are also metal. Okay, how do you have the wall units attached to each other? These. Yeah. So these are the Calyx units come with anchor bolts, and those are all bolted into studs. Believe me, my husband wanted to make sure everything's bolted in this room. And these all have in the center, like inside here, there's two holes, and then they have bolts that you actually screw together to bolt all of these together, both along, I want to say they have it along this out, like here and here. And so each of the cubes are bolted together and screwed. So like this is all one unit now, which is also nice because like the older cubes, sometimes they didn't all line up. And since these have bolts, everything just kind of matches up and lines up perfectly. Okay. Okay, so let's see. That's a question. On my spines, if you have in-laws, do you put your last name and theirs for the yearly albums? Those are just my family albums. So if you're doing more history albums or project, yeah, you could label those however you want. So this is just our family legacy. So that's why they're all the same, Hines family. I have mostly our family and in-laws and all that in the People We Love Library Memories albums. Okay. All righty. So any other questions? Okay. So Yudi's like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I think it'd be a fun project. They really do slip if you don't bolt. True. Yes. I am in earthquake country, Sandy. So bolted is good and screwed into the wall. For sure. Absolutely. Okay. All right. I think that's it for today. I know this is a little shorter segment, but here's the thing. We're coming up on December. So let's talk about where we're going from here. What I'd like to do is, my goal is, this will be kind of the last tidy up for right now. And then I want to do an overall craft room tour, like the whole shebang, all the drawers and cubbies, all the things, the whole thing, start to finish, my whole room. And I want to get that up by December. So I need to take a kind of a break from the tidy ups. But if you're watching, especially if you're watching replay, and that way I can see it in the comments of the video, if you want to see, hey, Lauren, could you show me some ideas for this kind of organization or tidying this up? Please leave it in the comments so that I can have it there with the video. And I do like to go back in. I don't have enough time always to respond to every single comment for every video and everywhere that I am, but I love reading them. So please do leave them. I love reading them. I really do. And maybe if my hands typed faster, I could reply to everyone. But always know, I love seeing what you leave me for comments, and I do try. So I know a few more comments came in. Let me know what you want to see, if there's other areas that you'd like to go over on how to organize. Okay. And hopefully what I can do too between now and filming my craft room is get some more of my drawers filled up. I still have a few things down in the basement that I haven't completely moved up. I did the majority of it, but hopefully then I can share everything in all the different places and spaces. Okay. So that's kind of my plan. So next week, I don't think I'll have my craft room tour filmed by next week, but hopefully by the week after. And so again, if you want to see more, leave those comments for me. And okay, yeah. So there will be other things that I'll show, yeah, for all my bags and totes and all those kind of things are different places in the room. And we can kind of go over all that. Okay. Yes. And Belinda's like, good, I have time to do my homework. Okay. Yeah. So you all have homework. Get tidying. We're going to tidy some more. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? Where are the dividers for your... Okay. Looks like my cardstock is in 2 sections. So I'm not sure. Oh, if you're talking, so these down here, let's see, like those, these are the old Recollections cubes from Michael's, which have the dividers in it like that. Those are the old Recollections cubes. The calyx are where I have my albums. Ooh, I'm gonna keep spinning, you guys. You can see my messy desk over there. That's the calyx cubes. And those I don't have any dividers in. The calyx cubes, I know they, coming back around, they have like wine dividers that are like a tic-tac-toe grid and other kind of dividers like that. But every time I go to try to find those, they are sold out. They also have drawers and doors and all kinds of things for the calyx. These cubbies back here are the newer cubbies from Michael's, which are 16 by 16. And so like these up here, these come with those. Let me see if I can go up. These come with these dividers in it, and they're angled. Okay, that's where all my paper is, up there. Hopefully that answered. Okay. Yeah, so these are all Michael's. These are all Michael's up here, and all Michael's. This whole wall, my whole new wall of cubbies is Michael's. My albums are in the calyx, and then my older Recollections cubes have the vertical storage with the paper holders. Ta-da! Okay. Paper pads, let's see. Oh, okay. Process for unboxing and putting away new stuff, integration into... You guys have lists for me to do, don't you? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Sky. Oh, hi, Sky from Arizona. So yeah, there's all the paper, and those are in all the different types of paper organizers, which we talked all about. How do I store my photo boxes? Ooh, good question, Melinda. So those are actually underneath my island. And so I will get you when we do the tour, I'll definitely show you that as well. Okay. Yes. Ask Santa for everything you need to get your craft room organized this Christmas. That's the goal. All right. Let me give you, let's see. So we talked a little bit about next steps for tidy up. If you want to see some more, let me know. Great ideas. I'll come back, take a look at those comments, but also leave some more comments on the replay. And I did have to just make one more announcement. You guys blew me away. The photo folders, can I just say, I guess you liked them. They sold out. So my first run with the printer of photo folders sold out. And I'm working with the printer to get a whole nother run, but it might be about 2 weeks before I have these back in stock. So I'm just so happy that you guys love being able just to order them pre-cut, pre-printed, and all you have to do is just fold them up and they're ready to go. So just keep in mind, I'm working on these. They hopefully we can start shortening that cycle, and I can kind of anticipate how many to order for you guys. Okay, so thank you all. This was great. It was kind of a little test to see, well, do you guys really like the photo folders? Do you really like being able to just mindlessly buy them and not have to sit and make them all? So thank you for that. And hopefully we'll get those back in stock as soon as possible. But right now they are sold out in my shop. So just because I've got to wait for the printer to catch up. Okay. And yeah, Lynn, thank you for the question to the UK. I am working on trying to figure out how to do international shipping better. I have a lot of requests for UK, Canada, and Australia. And I just need to figure out, because it's heavy. The things that I have, you know, our products are heavy. So I haven't quite figured out the best way to ship overseas some of these heavy items. I think when I have like an order of 200 photo folders, it's close to 4 pounds. And because it's a lot of paper, it's a lot of paper, it's a lot of cardstock. So I'm looking into that, and hopefully I can have that info for you. Just need a little more time to do some more research about that. Okay, but I'd love to add some international shipping to my store. Okay, all right. No, Julie, get better, friend. Oh my goodness. Okay. And oh, you see, you have a lot of organizing to do, Julie. So you got to get better and just start having some fun. Okay. The Yudi says the photo folders changed her life. Yudi, thank you. I love it. Okay. And Vicky loves them too. Yeah. And the photo folders will be around for a while, not to worry. And again, you can also DIY. But let me tell you, it's time consuming. So for me, even, I love being able to just grab a stack and just fold them and have them ready to go. It does take some time. Okay, so stamp and die storage, great. Yeah. And thank you, Ruth. If you did enjoy this video, thank you. I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up or a like. And if you haven't subscribed or followed my Facebook page, that always just kind of helps me out, lets me know what I'm doing is something that you're enjoying. So Kelly's like, let's get that going. All right. Thank you all again for joining me today. And we'll be back. So December's a little lighter month, just in general, for giving you content, just because it's time that I need to spend with family and doing all those wonderful things that we scrapbook, right? But we will, I will be doing Friday night scrapbooking with Carrie on the 9th. I'm excited about that. We are going to talk about cut files and titles. And she's a whiz. And I actually got some fun Black Friday items. In fact, yes, I may have ordered yet another cutter. So I thought, well, Carrie's coming. She can help me figure it all out. So I ordered the Silhouette Cameo 4 Pro. Super excited to unbox that and get that going. So I love my Cricut, but I also just wanted to have an extra machine because I know I've had a lot of requests from people who want some of my the artwork, the die cuts, and different things like that. So I just need to have, I think, a little bit more going on. So there's always something new happening here. All right. And I do appreciate you guys so much. So thank you for joining me this Tuesday. Keep in check. If you want to know what's happening, Facebook is usually the place to go. Check out my events tab and you can see everything that's coming up of what I'm doing. I try to keep that updated so that you can see when I'll be on and what I'll be doing. But again, kind of December is a little slower of a month. So we can all just take a break and enjoy this time of year. Okay, so thank you all. Looks like we're got all the questions answered for today, but also leave them in because I can always come back the next time we're together and answer your questions for you. All right, so until I see you again, friends, be sure to take time to craft your joy. Bye for now.